Hey everyone, I'm back. I'm Brian, and as you just saw, I did my video review, kind of a two-parter, if you will, for the issue 192 of Sonic the Hedgehog. And that's what you're going to see here on the YT. You're going to see one video that's going to say Video Review 192, Part 1 Main Story, and then one that's going to say Side Story. But anyway, I'm here with my annual monthly opinions. And first of all, like I said, and when I talked about when I did that little talk about the Sonic universe, which I will get into, first of all, I do want to apologize to anybody about when I've been talking about the 200th issue. Again, like I said in that video, those are just my opinions. I could be wrong about a lot of them. I probably am. But, you know, it's just curiosity is all it is, you know, what could be, you know, and all that. But anyway, getting into my opinions about Sonic. Well, first of all, the upcoming stories sound very interesting. Apparently, from what I could see, we're going to have in the next two issues, we're going to be introduced to another anti, and that's Anti-Amy, or Rosie, or whatever her name is. Now, I don't know what role Amy's twin is going to play in all this, but perhaps, and I'm just saying perhaps, after this encounter, Amy might see that her obsession with Sonic is going a little too far, and that maybe she doesn't want to become what she has already met, or what she's just met. Maybe she'll tone it down a little bit. Who knows? Now, as far as the other story goes that comes after it, Hedgehog Havoc. Ian talked about this, and apparently we're going to have a lot involved with this Hedgehog Havoc's two-part story. Ian revealed that at the end of it, it's sort of going to become like a crossover. In other words, we're going to see Shadow and Metal Sonic, obviously being rebuilt, if you will, being sent from the Prime universe into the Sonic X universe and into the new Sonic universe. In other words, it's a multi cross-dimensional crossover, I guess. I don't know. But it looks real interesting, and it sounds like we're going to finally see Silver, which everyone's been wanting to see in the comic book, finally make his appearance. But it's not just Silver we might be seeing in this. Because let's not forget the bulletin or the news that Ian dropped on us. If you read down it, one of the things he says or asks is that one of the things he asked to us is the fact that we've all been wondering about Sonic, the Zone Cop. Excuse me. Well, apparently, I got a feeling, I could be wrong, that Sonic might show up at the end of Hedgehog's Havoc. That's a strong possibility. Very strong possibility. Now, what does that mean? Well, apparently what that means is that at the end of Hedgehog's Havoc, we'll be seeing the last of Scourge. Now, why do I say we might be seeing the last of Scourge? Well, as I mentioned on the Mobius forum, we might be kissing Scourge goodbye for a while in Sonic the Hedgehog. That doesn't mean we won't see Scourge in Sonic Universe. I mean, why do you think Ian probably made him? Just for this moment, just for that moment, when Sonic Universe gets released, that way we can read about Scourge and see what he's doing. Read about the Special Squad, see what they're doing. But who really knows what Ian's got planned? But I do have a feeling we won't be seeing Scourge for a while. Because why would Ian be mentioning the Zone Cop again? Think about it. Now speaking of Sonic Universe, I mentioned this in my little, video discussion about it. To me, I think Sonic Universe, honestly, I believe it's going to be a great comic book. I got a feeling I'll be subscribing to it. I know that, but I got a feeling it's going to be a very good comic book. And again, to me, the reason Ian is doing this, or the reason this comic book's being released, is so that all the side stories that we've been reading, like today, will all be put into this issue. So in other words, what happens in a side story there will affect probably what happens in the main story of Sonic the Hedgehog. Could be wrong. Well, you get the idea. And just like I mentioned with Scourge, you'll probably be seeing more of Scourge in there than you ever will be in Sonic the Hedgehog. In other words, I think what Ian is trying to do is get Sonic the Hedgehog back to what it was. Well, Sonic and the Freedom Fighters and the Chaotix are fighting against those that are mainly for the comic, not fighting against multi-universe crossovers. And I think that's where Sonic comes in. Maybe he's going to close the rift that finally seals Scourge and Suspicious Card in their world, and that's what this comic's going to do. It's going to let us peek in on what they're doing. Just my opinions. Well, mind you, just my opinions. You don't have to take them seriously. But just my opinions. Now, as far as Fiona goes, I talked about this, I mentioned this on the forum as well, on the Mobius forum. I got a feeling Fiona, there's two possible things that could happen. One, Fiona, after this is all said and done, could end up still being against the Freedom Fighters, maybe going off to join her former teammates, the Fearsome Five or the Mercenaries or whatever. Or we could find out that she's been a double agent this whole time for Sonic. I mean, think about it. What better way for Sonic to finally capture Scourge and put him back where he belongs than to have Fiona, butter up to him? So in other words, it would be surprising to me, and like I said, I could be wrong about this as well, if Scourge in a backstory kind of told Fiona that the Sonic she saw around issue 150 and all that was not really Sonic, but evil Sonic, Scourge, and that he needed somebody to kind of help out, if you will. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's happened. Or remember the disappearances she had? Maybe it wasn't just with Scourge, maybe it was also with Sonic to kind of get things worked out. So in other words, I wouldn't be surprised if she gets revealed to be a double agent. Maybe she had to make everything look believable so that no one would suspect that she was still really on the Freedom Fighter side and not on Scourge's side. I mean, I could be wrong, but just my opinion. But I think that's what really could happen with Fiona. We could see something there. But that's all I can really say about Fiona, and really about the comic book right now. I mean, I am looking forward to the 200th issue, and as I mentioned at the beginning of my video review of the main story, Sonic, I renewed my subscription to Sonic the Hedgehog, which is good because I didn't really know about this, but now we could do a whole year's worth of Sonic the Hedgehog comic books. We don't have to worry about running out after 10 months or running out after, certain months. We got it for a whole year. Because I think the last subscription I had was 10 months. This is a whole year now. So we can go from October all the way up to September 2009. And that's great. But that's all I can really say for now. Oh, but about my opinions on the Sonic comic book and where it's going. I think Ian's got I've got a feeling Ian's got something big in mind for the 200th issue. Because as he mentioned in it, if you think 175 or something, think again. Got a feeling he's got something big, something major in store for Sonic the Hedgehog. for the Sonic comic book. I got that feeling. And like I said, I've got a feeling it's going to be something that's going to shake up the comic book, and he said something similar on the Mobius forums and on Mobile King forums. So, we'll just have to wait till then. And, alright? So until next time, I'm Brian Warmer, signing off for this early October version of my opinions on the Sonic the Hedgehog comic book, and I will talk to you all later. God bless, take care.